The movement continues. The movement, which started in 1963 and turned into the victory of the Islamic Revolution in Iran in 1979, still goes strong, despite plots against it and perhaps even being bruised from time to time, but nonetheless continues to move full speed ahead. As we approach the 34th anniversary of the victory of the Islamic Revolution, we reflect on several crossroads that have been reached during this time that, had the nation taken the wrong turn, would have caused the end to this people's movement. However, with the help of our Creator and the guidance of our leaders, whether it was Imam Khomeini or Imam Khamenei, we have been able to steady the course and continue full throttle ahead. When reflecting on one of the more recent reaffirmations of the people's choice of having an Islamic Republic, we naturally must take a look at the events following the 2009 presidential election in Iran. After the people came out en masse and voted in the election, this was another blow to the enemies of the Islamic Republic, who continue to say that the Iranian government had no support. Is this a sign of a government which has no support? Is this what polling stations look like when the people do not feel a connection with its government? After the participation of 85% of eligible voters, this was too much for the enemies of the Islamic Republic, which had already initiated their latest plots of trying to discredit the Iranian government. Those who fell victims to the plot were caught up in a whirlwind of confusion as the West's propaganda machines were put into full force and was cranking out distortion after distortion, lie after lie, and sometimes mixed with the truth to make it more believable for those naive enough to fall for their plots. As the government was dealing with claims and counterclaims of cheating during the election, it found itself on the defensive in trying to prove why there had not been any mass-scale cheating. In the interim, the propaganda machines, also known as the mainstream media, continued not only to create stories, but were even involved in organizing demonstrations against the government at major squares in Tehran for those protesting against the election. They would do this by announcing the times and locations of rallies that, had they not done so, would not have even existed. The people of the Islamic Republic dealt with this for many months, where there were various demonstrations, counter-demonstrations, occasional clashing and arrests, along with anti-revolutionary slogans being shouted by various groups, especially in the capital, Tehran. This type of unease continued for several months until Ashura of that year, 2009. Ashura, the anniversary of the brutal martyrdom of the third holy leader in Shia Islam, Imam Hussein, and his family, is a very solemn day. It is commemorated by Muslims all over the world, and in Iran, the only majority Shia country in the world. Ashura is a part of the Iranian soul and psyche, and as small children, the significance of this day is learned and commemorated quite emotionally. So Iranians, whether Muslim or not, greatly respect this holiday in the country. Kids grow up learning the significance of this day and how it is commemorated as a very sad occasion. Now contrast this backdrop to what took place in the streets of Tehran on Ashura in 2009. This was more than what the Iranian people could bear, and grassroots demonstrations started taking place around the country, climaxing into a massive rally on the 9th of Dey, the equivalent of the 30th of December. Those trying to take the country on a different course had insulted some of the basic sanctities that Iranians value. They had crossed the line, and this is how the revolutionary nation of Iran responded. Is this symbolic of a people not supporting its government? Is this what a nation that wants to distance itself from Islam, as is said about the Iranian people, is this what it looks like? The 9th of Dey tore away another veil of lies and deceit of the enemies of Islam and the Islamic Republic, And one more time, the nation reaffirmed its commitment to the path started by Imam Khomeini and the revolutionary Iranian people more than 4 decades ago. And once again, the plots of the enemies of Islam failed, as the verse of the Holy Quran once again was proven, that we plan and he plans, and he is the best of planners.
وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ.
We congratulate not only the Iranian nation on the anniversary of the 9th of Dey, and also the anniversary of another year of celebrations of the victory of the Islamic Revolution, but we congratulate all freedom-seeking people, for this is a victory for all those who stand up against hegemonic plots, no matter the cost. As Imam Hussein has said, that he would rather die a death of dignity than live a life of humiliation. This is the path that the Iranian nation wants to go in, that no matter the plots against it or the price it may have to pay, this revolution will stay the course and not submit to the wills of the enemies of Islam, inshallah.